Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can decide whether or not you want to spend time or money or both sometimes watching a particular film. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Wonka. This magical and charming prequel film premieres in theaters in the United States on December 15th, 2023. The movie is rated PG and is very family friendly. I'll get to tips for parents here in just a few minutes. It is an hour and 56 minutes long, which is kind of long. And my overall movie review mom grade is, drumroll, a B. So let me explain why. First, I'll give you an overview in a nutshell. Then I'll point out things I really liked, as well as things I didn't like, and tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also like if you like this one. All right, you ready to dive in? Me too. So, in a nutshell, based on the extraordinary character at the center of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Roald Dahl's most iconic children's book, Wonka, tells the wondrous story of how the world's greatest inventor, magician, and chocolatier became the beloved Willy Wonka we know today from the original movie. The film was directed by Paul King, who admitted he gained weight from eating all of the chocolate that was on set. Rumor has it that Timothée Chalamet got sick several times during filming due to all of the chocolate he had to eat in various scenes. Oh, I'm crying them a river of chocolate tears. They had really good chocolate. People want original and good movies, right? Movie remakes have been bombing at the box office in recent years, yet this story is not a remake, it's a prequel to the original story that we saw clear back in 1971 with Gene Wilder. So, will audiences feel like this is a money grab on an IP, or will they embrace it as something new and fresh? Wait, scratch that, reverse it. That's a line from the movie. We'll find out. So let me give you some tips for parents. The movie is very family friendly. There are some bullies that are represented. There's some light profanity. A man poses in provocative yet funny ways to seduce a woman. There is some light violence, thievery, and there's talk of a cartel. So young kids won't understand what that is. So you might have to explain that to them. Although they will definitely be able to identify that these business cartel guys are evil. Anyway, some of the themes that are illustrated in the movie are imagination, of course, making your dreams come true, believing in yourself, competition in business, family, wonder, chocolate, of course, thinking outside the box, and greed and envy. Now, there were a lot of things I really liked about this movie. First of all, Academy Award nominee Timothée Chalamet is so charming and popular right now. Did you know that he could speak French fluently? Well, with a name like that and spelled like that, you would think so. I've actually been trying to learn French on Duolingo for this entire year. I started on January 1st. So I was curious and I watched an interview that he did in France. Sadly, I couldn't understand everything, but it was really fun watching him. And he seems like a genuine, nice guy. In this movie, we get to see him dance and we get to hear him sing. Now, his singing is not the greatest, it's not the strongest for a musical, which this movie is. So that was a little disappointing, but it's not bad either. He definitely sings better than I can. He didn't even have to audition for this movie because the director saw an old 2013 YouTube video that he was in called Little Timmy Tim Statistics, Miss Lawton, for some class that he did, I guess back in high school or something. The Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka was really crazy and showed us kind of an unhinged, wacky Wonka, I thought. Now, I love Johnny Depp. I just didn't think his portrayal was great. This one offers a kind, sincere, and thoughtful Wonka. Now, Gene Wilder's whimsical Wonka was amazing in that original film, and I just adored him for that. The diverse cast is fantastic and includes Academy Award winner Olivia Colman. I love her, and she is hilarious and awesome in her role in this film. Hopefully, she'll get nominated for some. I mean, she's already won a bunch of awards, but also Oscar nominee Sally Hopkins. Now, she's not in this movie as much, but she's always a welcome addition. We also are treated by Mr. Bean. His real name is Rowan Atkinson, Jim Carter from Downton Abbey, among other many movies, Keegan Michael Key, who's awesome, Patterson Joseph, Matt Lucas, Kayla Lane, and so many more. Hugh Grant has been crushing it in his movies lately, and his portrayal of the Oompa Loompa was adorable and hilarious. I'm so glad that they kept the same musical theme, Pure Imagination, as in the original movie, 1971. Just magical. We hear it at the beginning of the movie and in the end, perfect. There's a lot of humor, both spoken and visual. So, for example, I thought it was really cute when Wonka had an idea and this light bulb above his head turned on. Now, not all of the jokes land, however, but there's still plenty for kids and adults to enjoy. The old-fashioned European locations and set designs are terrific. Some of the filming was done in Oxford, England. Now, I'm getting ready to film another movie review for a film called Surprised by Oxford. So stay tuned for that one. I was completely amused by watching Keegan Michael Key slowly gain weight during the course of the film. Now, if you've been watching my channel for some time, you know I was just missing in action for 3 weeks because I had had surgery and I was laying in bed and I was watching a lot of movies, but I wasn't writing the reviews and filming my movie reviews. And I was eating a lot of chocolate. And if you've watched my channel for a while, you can tell I've gained weight. And I would say that was from all the chocolate. But anyway, I love Keegan Michael Key. And if you want to hear him sing and dance, definitely check out last year's super fun musical holiday movie called Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. I'll cue it up right after this one so you can easily watch it by clicking on the picture inside the little box. You'll see it. I love that we get some new insights into the Oompa Loompas. So keep watching during the final rolling credits after the movie ends to see another cute clip of the Oompa Loompa and another clip of the enormous talented Olivia Colman. So just curious, what is your favorite chocolate? Mine is featured during the Christmas season, and that is the Lint chocolate balls, you know, the red wrapper one. Perfection. I love that one so much. All right, now with all of that praise, there were just a couple little things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better. For example, even though I love that the movie is a musical, the musical numbers aren't very memorable. In fact, the only melody that stuck in my head was the original song from the 1971 movie. So for a really fun Christmas movie with fantastic choreography and catchy songs, check out my movie review for the film Spirited, which was featured on Apple TV Plus. It's still there. I watched it again last week. So cute. So you can check out my movie review of that one. And if you're looking for a really fun Christmas movie, it might be worth getting Apple TV Plus for at least this month. I don't know. Another thing is that the plot in this movie just feels very chaotic with too many characters to keep track of or fall in love with even. There's a lot going on here. It's a musical. It's sort of a prison break flick. There's chocolate, inventions, evil business cartel, orphans, on and on and on. Some people may complain that little people were not cast to play the Oompa Loompa in the movie. Some of the special effects during those scenes weren't that good, surprisingly. Now, again, I loved Hugh Grant, but I recognize the complaint. Another thing is that the script doesn't really allow Timothée Chalamet to explore all of the quirky, whimsical characteristics of the Gene Wilder Wonka that we're also fascinated by. He's just a nice guy. He's determined and earnest. Um, and I don't know if we then take that leap and say, well, success jaded the older Willy Wonka. I don't know. It didn't seem quite like the same character, is all I'm saying. And I totally get that life, it makes your character and personality evolve as you've gone through life and challenges and all of those kinds of things. Anyway, I definitely got a Les Miserables vibe during the Master of the House type of musical number where Olivia Colman is ruling her boarding house. And as I watched that, I was like, I'm sure that inspired them. And I loved that musical number in Les Mis, but it almost seemed a little too similar. I don't know. I really wanted this movie to be amazing ultimately. However, I gave it a B because it's just fine. It's good. It's okay. It's not great and amazing like I wanted it to be. And so that's not exactly a raving endorsement. But if you know that ahead of time and your expectations aren't super high, then I think you'll really enjoy the movie. Now, whenever I do movie reviews, I write down funny lines and interesting lines, and you can see all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. I'll share a few of them with you right now. So there's one scene towards the beginning, and there's a sign on a door, or I forget even where it was. But anyway, it's a sign, and written on the sign, it says, "No penalty for daydreaming." And I just thought that was cute. And I love details in movies. And so that was just a little detail and a little message to the audience too that I thought was really sweet. Now, Hugh Grant, as I said, was hilarious as the Oompa Loompa. So he's talking to Wonka, and Wonka kind of interrupts him and he says, "Oh, I've started dancing now. Once we started, we can't stop." And then he proceeds to sing and dance. And it's just super cute. Now, Timothée Chalamet, again, who's playing Willy Wonka, is talking to this little girl, and he says, "I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane?" And I thought that was cute. Yeah, I think he said it actually twice in the movie. And my preference is with nuts, even though the one that I said was my perfect one, my lint ball, doesn't have nuts. That's just pure chocolate awesomeness. And then some interesting lines are when Helen Lane plays a character named Noodle, and we learn a little bit about her backstory and her name, why she's called Noodle. But she said, "For a moment, I kind of forgot to be sad." And I thought that was really interesting because I don't know if you've ever experienced that where you're sad, you're depressed, you're overwhelmed or exhausted, and then something happens, and for a minute, you forget that you were feeling all of those things and you're happy. And then you kind of, it almost startles you in a way. I've actually experienced that, obviously. And then a line that Sally Hawkins shares with Wonka, who is her son. She's the mom, Willy Wonka's mom. And she says to him, "Every good thing in this world started with a dream, so hold on to yours." And of course, that's what the movie is about, dreams and imagination and wonder and wishing and hoping and all of those good things. All right, so as I was watching this movie, I instantly thought of several. Of course, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now, watch the original version, the 1971 version with Gene Wilder. I thought that was so magical and better than the Johnny Depp remake in many ways. Now, another movie, this is going to surprise you because it doesn't have anything to do with Willy Wonka or chocolate or anything like that, is Paddington 1 and 2, simply because they were directed by the same director who did this movie, who is a master at creating that wonder, whimsy, and magic in films. And he does that in this movie too. And then another movie I thought of was Dolittle, how we get to learn a lot more about Dr. Dolittle in the most recent version. And you can watch my movie review of the latest Dolittle also here on my channel. Thank you, by the way, for subscribing and liking. Anytime you comment down below, it spreads magical YouTube fairy dust all over my channel and helps it to grow and helps other people to discover it. And as you know, my goal is to help you save time and money. I hate watching a horrible, awful, bad movie. And so I'm trying to save you from that experience. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.